Hi there guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Ben from The Adventure Element, and before we get into this video, I just want to talk about two very quick things. Number one, I think I probably should have considered the colour of this top before I came in here to do this filming. There is an awful lot of orange going on in here. I quite like it, it's one of the company colours, but I think this might be a little bit of overkill. Let me know what you think down the bottom here in the comments. The second thing is, up here in the Lake District today, it is absolutely throwing it down with rain, and I've just been out for a walk with the dog for about an hour and a half, and I got absolutely drenched, absolutely soaking wet through. But it made me think about, when we're on expedition, how do we protect all of our kit in our rucksack to make sure that it doesn't get wet when we're out and about? Because what we want to be sure of when we get into camp at the end of the day, we've got a dry sleeping bag, some dry clothes, and we've got dry food, because that's going to make a really rubbish night if it's all soaking wet. So we're going to look at a couple of different systems that we really like and we've tried and we've tested over the years, and hopefully it's going to help you be better prepared before you come along and join your expedition. Okay, so I think we've established that everything that we put inside our rucksacks, we want to stay dry. Worst thing would be to arrive in camp to find that your food is soaking wet, those dry clothes that you're looking forward to putting on are soaking wet, or even worse, your sleeping bag has got soaking wet. Make a very unpleasant night's sleep. So let's spend some time protecting our equipment. We get a lot of people turning up on expeditions having put all of their kit just inside a standard bin bag. These are not strong enough to protect your kit. We've all taken the bins out and had juice falling out the bottom of the bag. That's because these aren't thick enough to hold that liquid. They're also not very strong, so they rip incredibly easily. So when you're at home, you might think that's all protected, but after day one of your expedition, day two, day three, or on gold, day four of your exped, this is in tatters and it's not protecting your kit at all anymore. So don't use it as a primary way of protecting your kit. You might use it as a secondary protective layer. If you want to have something that's really cheap, really robust, then go to a hardware shop and get some rubble bags or some garden waste bags. These are just a really tough bin liner. So for about £5 or £6, you'll maybe get 10 or 15 of these on a roll. So a really cheap option. The only disadvantage here is you can't seal the top up. So you can put all your kit in, you've got to roll the top over to stop all the rain going inside and the wet going inside, and then put this inside the rucksack. And you might have 3, 4 or 5 of these inside the rucksack. Really, really cheap system, very waterproof and very robust. That's if you want to go down the cheap route. The more that you go out and do expeditions and get into your DofE, you'll develop your own systems for protecting your kit. Now, I really like to use these dry bags. Now, these obviously cost money. You'll need to go to an outdoor shop, and I will put a link down in the description here to the models that I use. This one here is an ultra-light dry bag. It's made by a company called Osprey. I don't know if you can see the logo just there. And this one here is made by a company called Exped. So the great thing about these is that they come in different sizes and they come in different colours. So that means you can organise your kit inside your bag. So, you know, you can put all of your dry clothes, I put my dry clothes all in this green bag, and the way that it works is you put all your kit in, you seal at the top, and then you squeeze out all of the air. And the reason we squeeze the air out is so it doesn't take up as much space inside the bag. Roll over the top and then clip it up. And if you have a number of these, he says, there we go. If you have a number of these, you can then put these in the rucksack. And we will be doing another video on how to pack the rucksack and where to put different things inside the rucksack. We'll be doing that in a couple of weeks' time. So really, really nice, efficient system. So I know I can go to my green bag now and I can find my spare clothes. So super efficient, but it does cost money to go for this system. The other way to organize your kit is to get just a giant rucksack liner. And this goes inside the bag and then you can fill it with all of your kit. And in the same way as we did our dry bags, you then roll up the top and clip it up. Here's a word of warning. When you want to get anything out of the bag, As soon as you open it, all of that rain is going inside the bag. Because it's waterproof, all of that rain will stay inside the bag, so you end up with a puddle, so it's getting all your kit wet. But also, to find an item, you've got to take everything else out. So it's not a very efficient way of looking after and protecting your equipment. So if you're going to use a rucksack liner, have a secondary system as well. Maybe use the bin liners, or maybe use the rubble bags inside the rucksack liner. Okay, so we've got 2 layers of protection there for your kit. A lot of rucksacks will come with a rain cover that goes over the top of the bag. A word of warning, they are not fully waterproof. It will not protect your kit inside the rucksack. We give all of our groups a rain cover when they arrive, and they're all color coded, and that's how we look after our groups. But we use them purely for color coding, and we tell our groups that that's not going to protect their kit. So we might use it as you can use it as like a showerproof cover, but in a full downpour, it will not protect your kit. So we have to look after everything inside the rucksack and use one of those systems, either the rubble bag, the rucksack liner, or those individual dry bags. You choose what you want to spend and how you want to organize your kit. Okay, so hopefully that's given you a few ideas to play around with. Hopefully you've learned something there. If you've liked this content, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel so you'll get a notification each time we produce something new. And we'll see you again in the next one. Okay, thanks now. Bye-bye.